Hi, and welcome to the High Fiber Diet. I'm Kagi, and I'm coming to you from Rapid City, South Dakota. Yeah, it's still weird to say that. It's been, 7 months? It is what it is. It's only been a week since my last confession, so hi. You know, I record when I can, so I can. So I'm doing it. There you go. Talked on the last episode about my person coming in. She came in, we had fun, she left. I'm sad, I miss her, but it is what it is. I'm wearing the funnel neck, I think that's what it's called, big cowl by Knititude. It might be called the tunnel neck, I'm not sure, but it's on Knititude. You'd be able to find it on and off Ravelry, that's up to you. I want to make another one. It is one of my favorite sweaters to jump into a pair of jeans or a pair of slacks. It's classic, both casual, and I can dress it up easily. I'm into paparazzi jewelry. It's cheap and easy, right underneath the cowl. It fits nicely. I like it. So yeah, and I think I did this out of Everyday. Picked it up at Joann's when it was on clearance. It is wash and dryable, and so soft, so comfy. It's just like snuggling in a blanket. It's wonderful. So we did a lot of sightseeing. We went to Sturgis, and we went to Deadwood, and we went to Rushmore, and we went to Crazy Horse, and we ran through Custer, and we did not go to Custer State Park. We did some things here in town, like I took her up to Dinosaur Hill, and I don't know if that's what it's called or not, but that's where we went. We didn't climb it. It was too cold and too dark by the time we got there. And we drank wine and hard cider and talked and laughed, and it wasn't long enough, yet it was the perfect amount of time. I left work halfway through last Friday, picked her up Friday night, and she headed back home to Alaska Wednesday morning. Thursday and Friday were rough bumps going back to work. You always know how it is when you get off work and you're off for a time and then you go back. So, yeah. I guess I'm going to talk a little bit about the crafting we did and things that came up, and let's see where to start. Well, last episode I talked about the triangular Noro scarf and how my needles had broken, and these are, I believe, the Licca needles is how you say them. And I popped on some Gorilla Glue, and I got it gone back in, and I've done, see, that one just came off. The other one, right there, and it wasn't even the same one. So I guess both ends. So I will be doing Gorilla Glue on the other end. This one's holding tight. This one not so much. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with this, but yeah, I'll fix it. Just needs a touch of Gorilla Glue, and I'll do that tonight. So this is done in Noro yarn, and I will get back to it once I get the needles situated. Didn't even know that other one. It just pulled apart in my hand here, so is what it is. It wasn't something I was knitting on this week. So that will get fixed again. Then, what else did I do? Oh, I have been knitting on my rug, and I finished the body, but I'm not sure if I finished it. I want to wait till it is blocked. I have bound off, but I can always undo that. I want to wait until I have steamed it, because right now it's rolling, and I know that when I steam it, it's only going to roll a little. And if it still rolls a bunch, I'm going to add the black, because I don't have enough of this darker gray to do any more of the sleeve than what I have here. And I still have to do the sleeve on this side. So I've done about Well, let me see. We got a tattoo, both of us, and it is 3 inches from here to the beginning of the yarn ball, and it has 1/2 inch and inch increments. And my ring sits at the 1.5 inch mark. But if I measure that, right there. So I did about 5 inches of the gray here on the sleeve, and then I've started in on the darker gray. And I'll do that on both sides and see where that comes to. And if I need to, I'll grab the black and finish off both of the arms and the bottom of the body. So I can always add an inch or 2 on that. And that's where I am on that. So that is, I believe, a free pattern, and it's called the Rug, and it's just an oversized outerwear jumper that you can throw on. And I am doing it out of Lamb's Pride in heather gray, charcoal gray, and deep charcoal, and then black. The orange and the yellow are just little bits that I had, and so I threw those in. So that's where I sit on that pattern. I'm still working on it. It's slow going. It's arms. It's, Sleeve Island. That's how it goes. I have ick on my glasses. That's, bear with me. This is not a professional podcast. It is what it is. And let's see. So I got a package from the Woolly Cabin. She unfortunately is closing shop, and so if you can find her, she's on Etsy, the Woolly Cabin. And I got the Long Winter in her chunky, and I knit up a hat. Nothing special about this hat. I did it on size 10 needles, 72 cast on with a 1x1 rib for 2 inches, and then an additional 6 inches before crown decreases, and crown decreases at 8, which began, 9 times 8 is 72, and then down to the beginning. And when I put it on, it is it's gonna keep my earballs warm. Not a ton of slouch, just enough to not poof the hair down. And I love the way it came out. Oh, hold on. I can show it to you better on what I decoupaged. Yes, I got one of the styrofoam hats, and we decided to do a decoupage day. And I used newsprint, which kind of looks white, but it does have words in it. Napkins with sunflowers, napkins with leaves. This is actually brown with newsprint over it. He got a bit of a brown nose. But he was made so that he can be my hat model. So you will see. And the hat shows off quite a bit more. So I just decoupaged it up. And if he lasts, he lasts. If not, it was, $6 for a head kind of thing. It wasn't that expensive. It's a lot of fun. And I got a slouchy hat. Here we go. And I did do the male head instead of the female head because my head's a little bit bigger. So kind of took the measurements of each and went, this one works better. So yeah, I'm happy with the hat. So again, size 10 needles. This was the Woolly Cabin in chunky and 100 yards. And I had only this much left over, so not even enough for a pom-pom. But I could have gone probably 2 more rows and still been able to bind off without ruining the amount that I had. So this is another one of the crafts that we did while Lori was here. And along with the, let's see if I can put them up here. Along with the Woolly Cabin, I also got 2 braids from her. And the first one is Polworth in Americana. So that's going to give me the Polworth Plump. I love spinning with Polworth. And the other one is Merino at 21 microns, and this is Stars and Stripes. And so they do look pretty close. One's Merino, one's Polworth. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin them on different bobbins and hopefully not fractal them or anything, and then ply them together. And they are a bit different, so hopefully when they ply, and one's got a brighter red, one's got a more wine. The blues are just a little bit different. And of course the naturals, Polworth and Merino, are different, but I think it will make up a very nice yarn when I do the plying. Not sure if I will Navajo ply or if I will straight up 2-ply, or possibly do a 4-ply. I'm not sure. I may even cable ply, where I do 2 2-plies and then ply them together, and that makes a 4-ply. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So that's part of my fun. Other crafting things that we did, we decided to do some bracelets. I had picked up these last time and I had talked about them, and that is the Mingle by Laura Nelkin. And we both chose to do the crochet version, and you have to pre-string, and you pre-string the clasps. I will be making more once I get some of these clasps. See if I can see what I'm doing. My eyesight, I need to get my eyeballs checked. So there we go. Nope, there we don't go. There we don't go. And that put a twist in it. Silly me. So this was called Beach, were the colors that I'd got, and I believe the ones that Lori chose was called Lake. And so this one has the greens and some blues and yellows, and it's done on a cotton, and the clasp, like I said, comes with. And I love the way this crocheted up. It was 4 rows, that's it, wha-bam. And there is a knit version that is more the stripe at the top where you see the beads in a row, and I might do that. I have enough fiber left to do it. I have enough of the cotton string, but I don't have enough beads, and so I'll have to pick up some size 8 beads to get that done. But I had also picked up, where did I put them? Some of these magic braid bracelets that we sell at work, and she got different colors than me, but we learned how to braid these up, and I was very happy with those also. So lots of finished objects. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the decoupage head, and we have 6. I did another decoupage. And this one's kind of cool. Let's see if I can get it to work. Turns on. And so it's the pumpkin. And I didn't do anything on the back side. She covered hers completely. And we had these wine bottle lights. They're just pull-out lights and run-off batteries. There's some that we saw that were USB, and I ordered some of those off the internet, but I don't have them yet. But these lights will last a while on the batteries. The USB only lasts 2 or 3 hours, and then you have to recharge. So I'm thinking on that. But I like the way it came out. Hopefully you can see it without the glare with the sunflowers and the pumpkin. I thought it was very fall-y, and so that works for me right now. And I do have more of the battery operated lights in multicolors. I got both the multicolor, the cool, and the warm lights to go for. Alexa, you do not need to turn on.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Alexa, stop. So what else did I get? I went to Sam's, and at Sam's they had popcorn bags. Didn't really need the popcorn. I'll probably be taking that to work for other people to chew on. But I love the bag. It's called the North Pole Express, and I had to get it just for the bag. And I'll be using that for a gift or for a project bag or however. It's got a tie on it. And I like these little things that can be kept around for a while and reused. So it's a nice fabric bag. I did try the ranch popcorn that was in there, but the rest are sugar laden, and I'll be giving those to people at work, just handing them off to them. Okay, decoupage dude, stay up there. There we go. Then I was talking with my friends on the Unsafe Space Net chat that we talk almost daily. I may not get in there daily, but somebody talks daily. And they told me about Santa's Lazy Gnome. I had never heard of this book, but I'm not a huge fan of Elf on the Shelf. Too much work, too much thought, just, yeah. The lazy elf just sits there. Telling you. And you know me, I have elves, which I added to my elf collection, as you can see. There's a rainbow elf, or a rainbow elf. How about gnomes? Duh. I added to my gnome collection. There's a rainbow gnome, or a reindeer gnome, and then there's a gnome plaque, and then my gnome sweet gnome. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I think you can. And I'm getting ready to, it's getting close to Thanksgiving, so I can pull out all my gnomes, or as I love to call them, tomtas. And this book I ordered off Amazon, and it's a sweet little story that's great to read to kids, but I couldn't pass it up. So, The Lazy Gnome, you might want to check into it. If you're not really into Elf on the Shelf, go with The Lazy Gnome. Talking about gnomes, said I added salt and pepper shakers, a creamer bowl. I won't say a sugar bowl because I won't use it for sugar. And then the set, this is what I got it for. Found a store that has a bunch of sugar-free candies, so I can have some to snack on. Now this won't be for cookies, but it will be my candy bin. And I'm loving him. I don't have much kitchen space, but he will find a place probably above my stove. Right now he's covered in styrofoam. He just came in the mail. So I'm very happy with him. So that's set, and I don't want the cats to knock it, so I will put it back down. Then Netflix did a thing about a year ago, and they got rid of West Wing. And I know some people will say it's way too liberal, but it's not. I love this show. It's a binge for me. It's a background for me if I have something going. If I don't want to listen to my book, which I've been listening to all of Sherilyn Kenyon's, waiting for her next one to come out. And so I'm re-listening, and there's like, I think 30 books in this series. I don't know. But yeah, I've been listening to those in order according to what the internet says is the order instead of the way that they were published. And I've really been getting back into the series. But this is West Wing, and I have the complete collection. This is the complete series. And I know it's early for Christmas, but I'm alone, and I bought it. Yep, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And the last thing was a spur of the moment splurge for me, but oh my gosh, if you have animals, get this. It's called the Pet Wedge. This is my gadget. I had vacuumed my couches. They're micro suede. And I had vacuumed everything, and I'm like, I'm just going to try this. I had picked it up. I think it was Bed Bath & Beyond that had it. But I grabbed it, and I used it afterwards. And just after vacuuming that, I thought everything was done. No, I probably got between this and the cat tree, because I vacuumed that too, I got enough hair to have a fourth cat off of those after vacuuming. And I have a good vacuum. So this is amazing, and it is just a wedge. As you can see, there's still cat fur on there. It catches and grabs, and just all you do is wipe. Just wipe. And you'd think it's all gone. You think it's nice and clean. It's not. More cat hair. Bane of my existence. I love my cats, but I have cat hair everywhere. Yep. So any yarn you get from me is at least 1% cat hair. That's just how it is. I mean, when you have pets, that's how it goes. But it was, I will try to put in some pictures of our trips around. Oh, we did this. Yeah, I explained that. We did that at Sturgis on the first day. And then we went up to Deadwood. Neither of us were super enthused with Deadwood. Maybe we went to the wrong part of it. Don't know. It was like massive casinos, and that's neither of our thing. So we walked around and then got back in the car and left. But Sturgis was nice. We went to the motorcycle museum, and we got the tattoo, and we just walked around a little bit. By the time we got home that day, it was, ready for dinner, and we had leftovers. That was enchilada casserole. And then the next day we got up and we had an appointment to get to. So at my work, I'm allowed to take somebody up to the top. So I did that. But what we did was we went to Rushmore first, and we were able to look around that. And hopefully I'll pop in some pictures of that. And then we went to Crazy Horse, and we spent a lot of time looking around the museums and everything like that. But we also went to the top, and we got to spend, it was about a half hour up there, and we got our pictures taken and got to talk to them. And Joe took us up, and he was very knowledgeable in the top. It's only the second time I've been up, but it was nice, and it was an amazingly, wonderfully warm day. We were still, in light jackets, but it was beautiful. And that was Sunday, and on Monday we did shopping and running around and things we needed to do, and went to the dinosaur place. And there were a whole bunch of places I wanted to take her, but they were closed for the season, so I can only do what I can do. And Tuesday we stayed home. We crafted, we had fun. It was just wonderful. And sometimes you just need your person to get your batteries charged again. And that's what I did. And yeah. I don't have much more to share, so I'm not going to stay on here long. But if I don't talk to you before, because I know it's about 2 weeks out, is Thanksgiving. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving with your family. And if you don't want to spend it with your family, don't. You don't need a free pass not to. You have the right to have a happy life. And if you do love your family, hug them tight. Well, this is future me. As you can see, I've cleaned up my mess. But I forgot to talk about my soup that I am just obsessed about right now. And it's still fall and it's coming up on Thanksgiving. So I wanted to talk about it. And that is corn chowder. Yep, and I put chicken in my corn chowder. And I found the recipe on myfoodandfamily.com, and it is called Slow Cooker Street Corn and Chicken Chowder. And I made this, and I have it in muffin tins that I froze, so I put them in Ziplocs in the freezer, and I can pop out one serving, and oh, it is so good. So not only will I try and put the link in, but it is frozen corn, chopped green chilies, minced garlic, cumin, shredded Parmesan cheese, reduced sodium chicken broth, 1 pound of boneless, skinless chicken thighs, which I actually just grabbed a rotisserie chicken and I probably put in more than 1 pound, but you know, I just tore up a chicken. And then you will want heavy whipping cream and light sour cream. So what you do, and like I said, I'm going to put the link in down, so this is not my recipe, but it's off the net. And you throw the corn, the chilies, the garlic, the cumin, and 1 cup of the cheese into a slow cooker. It says to spray the pan, but I use the cooker liners, so I didn't do that. And stir in the chicken broth and add the chicken and cover with a lid. You want to cook this on high, 3 to 4. I left it for 6 hours on low. The chicken's already cooked for me, so I just wanted everything to combine and be good. And then it says to shred because I used a rotisserie. I didn't have to shred, it was already shredded. And you ladle out 2 cups of the chowder into a blender and you blend it until smooth so you don't have all the chunks. And then you return that to the slow cooker and you stir in the whipping cream and then serve it topped with sour cream and remaining cheese. Now I also topped it with a little bit of green onion because that's what I like. And I like the mild jalapenos. So you can get sliced mild, or they're called tamed jalapenos. And this is just so good. I can take some to work. I don't put the sour cream on it when I take it to work. But I also, instead of Parmesan on the top, I topped it with just the sprinkled queso that you can get. It was so good and so easy, and corn chowder's always been one of my favorites. Fall time, I love corn chowder. I love butternut bisque, French onion soup. As long as I've got meat and protein in it that I can throw in there, and 9 times out of 10 it is chicken that I do, but I will throw in, like the French onion soup, I throw in slices of beef. And so it's just, you know, I have a protein limit that I have to get. So that's what I do. And it's fall time and it's soup time. So I'm going to run a contest for people here. I'm not sure what I'm going to give away, but I'll give away something. And what's your favorite soup and where do I find the recipe? I love soup. Soup, stew, soup, chowders, anything like that. I do not eat fish. If it's your favorite, that's fine. You can still be in the drawing, but I'm not a fish eater. Occasionally I'll have tuna fish. That's about as much as I go to and as much as my Tassie tummy will allow me to do. So again, I'm going to put the link to myfoodandfamily.com for their slow cooker street corn and chicken chowder. So good. And I guess this is where I'll go into the end. So I guess until next time, check your checkbook before starting the high fiber diet. Bye-bye.